So let me take you through my 10 top tips on getting the most out of this massive history timeline. Hi, I'm Adam, the creator of all of world history and mythology's timelines and family trees. So let's jump in and take a look at the world history timeline.
So when you open the timeline for the first time, you'll be here in the Introduction tab. Clicking on the yellow Timeline tab will open the timeline, and you'll find yourself in the top left-hand corner, which is in the Egyptian civilization around the year 3400 BCE. Now you can use the horizontal scroll bar to scroll across 5,000 years of history, and the vertical scroll bar to scroll up and down to see the different sections covered in the timeline. Let's stop here in the United States. As you can see, all the entries are color-coded, so let me explain what we're looking at here. These green entries are some of the major periods in US history, like the Revolution, the Reconstruction era, and Prohibition. The purple entries highlighted here are some of the influential figures in US history. In light blue are some iconic examples of American architecture. This section has all the presidents color-coded by political affiliation. And in yellow are all the states as they entered the Union. All of the timeline has been color-coded in a similar way, and in the sidebar you'll find a key explaining the colours in each section. It's also possible to mark out a time period by highlighting the columns at the start and end of the section you're interested in. In this case, we've chosen the period between 1760 and 1820, an interesting period in American history. But if we scroll up the timeline a little, and now we're in the section on the history of UK and Ireland, we can see this corresponds to the reign of George III. He lost the North American colonies, but he also saw the Union of Britain and Ireland, and he saw the Battle of Waterloo. Scrolling further up the timeline, this takes us to France, and we see the period of the French Revolution, the rise and fall of Napoleon, and the Louisiana Purchase. And this is just one example of how you can use the timeline to compare and connect history across the world. We'll now have a look at the other tabs, starting with the table of contents. The table of contents contains all the main sections and subsections in the World History Timeline. Click on a coloured heading and that will take you to the start of that section in the timeline. Here we are at the start of the Greek section. Again, you can use the horizontal scroll bar to scroll through Greece's history. I'm going to stop and take a look at the Classical period. Again, I'm going to highlight this period to orient myself. Throughout the timeline, you'll notice these small red triangular markers. These indicate that more information is available for that entry. Hovering over them will open up the information box. Spread throughout the timeline, you'll also find blue arrows next to over 600 entries. These are links to articles on those entries. Here's one that links to an article on the Parthenon. I've been developing the timeline over a number of years now, and the Updates and Version History tab documents this. On the Mini Timelines tab, you'll find some smaller summary timelines. These give you a quick visual snapshot of some of the sections in the main timeline. You can find everything we've spoken about here and more on the Help tab. And the final tab I'll show you is the Julio-Claudian family tree. I included this because I just love the Roman Empire. Click on this link and it'll take you back to the start of the empire, which is where it all began. I wanted to remember the order and lengths of the reigns of the emperors. Augustus, Tiberius, Caligula, Claudius, and Nero were the first 5 entries in the timeline.
It's now grown to over 17,000 entries, giving you an incredibly broad and intriguing view of world history. And it's editable, so you can add more of your favourite bits of history. To see more details on selected areas of the timeline, just scroll a bit further down this page. Thanks for watching. Feel free to explore the rest of the site or get in touch if you have any questions.